Hey, in this video, we'll cover how you can record your meetings, create transcripts, summaries, and action steps based on what you discussed on the meeting, and also how you can save this to your CRM. So, if you're saving it to the CRM, it's probably a sales call or a call that you're having with a prospect, but you can use the same flow to save it to Google Drive and post it into your Slack. And we'll cover that flow also. So I'm using a tool called Tactiq.io, and I'll show you how it works and discuss some shortcomings that I saw and what are some other alternatives that you can leverage. To enable this tool to run, you have to create the account, and they have a free tier. So I'm on the free tier, and you can test it like that. And you have to install an extension that will connect to your Google Meet, Zoom, and Microsoft Teams meetings. Once the meeting starts, you'll have a pop-up in the bottom right corner where you can pause or close the transcription and also set some language options, because if the model is using English to transcribe and you're speaking in some other language, the transcription will be entirely off. So when the meeting is finished, you'll get the ID to the meeting and a link where you can access it. And there you have a couple of options. So once the meeting is finished, you'll see the whole transcript. And you can then select, do you want a short summary, summary and action items, detailed summary, and so on. You can view all of the prompts from here. When you select what you want to create, it will add it as a separate section on the window. And you can also create workflows that will create and use a sequence and then perform actions. I'll show you that shortly. So to discuss how it works, transcripts are okay. They do have some issues with names, but that's the problem of the technology, not just this tool, because a name can be spelled in different ways. So there's an issue with that. But it gets the details that could be interesting. So what you told them, you'll follow up. Did you discuss some price points? Do they have some requirements? And so on. Those were the things that I found most valuable. With the summary and action items, sometimes the summaries don't focus on the most important part, and the action items can be a little bit off. So those two things I would like to examine in other tools, and I'll be looking at Fathom AI and Otter AI. Those are the two tools that I'll examine to compare, do they create better summaries and better action steps. So I mentioned that you can create a workflow, and when you create a workflow, it's saved here, and you just have to click on it, and then it will run multiple steps that you configured. So I'll show you what is the workflow that I have. It uses an prompt to create a short summary, and then it stores it into HubSpot. So these are other integrations that you can have. You can save it to Google Drive, Pipedrive, post it on Slack, or email it. So as you can see, they don't have a lot of integrations, and that's another shortcoming of the tool. So if you're using some other CRM, then you can maybe examine other tools. There are workarounds, so you could save it to a Google Drive and then have a Make or Zapier integration save it to your CRM. So you could continue using this tool, but I'll examine the other tools that I mentioned and see do they provide more integrations. Here you specify what's the format of the message that you're going to save. So we'll be saving the meeting URL, and what is the output of the previous step. I'll now pause for a second just to blur out sensitive information in HubSpot, and then I'll show you how it looks. Okay, so we are now in HubSpot, and when you click integrate with the CRM, it will find the contact using the email, and it will save it into the meetings tab. And we can see here that the meeting is logged, so we can see what was the date of the meeting and what was the duration of the meeting. And here is we have the link to the meeting, and that will open the same window that we started from. So the transcript and the sections with summaries, and it also saves the summary that was extracted. So we could also have action steps here. This is good. Like if you have a bunch of sales meetings, then you can quickly remind yourself like who is the prospect and what you talked about. And also you could use this to create follow-up messages either manually or using AI. And if you want to go deeper in the meeting, you can access the transcript. So that would lead us to the previous window that we were on, like the meeting ID with the sections and everything. You could add multiple things to this workflow, but in the next video, I'll cover how to automate this because currently you would have to click a button to make a save, and also compare it to other tools because I did see it lacking in some cases. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments. Bye.